Why you never appreciate things until they're gone. You never realize how much something matters until it's no longer there. The friend you stopped calling. The quiet moments you once rushed through. The health you took for granted. Human nature has a strange habit of overlooking what's familiar, assuming the people, opportunities, and comforts around us will always remain. But when they disappear, their value suddenly becomes painfully clear. Familiarity makes us blind. One of the main reasons people fail to appreciate things until they are gone is because familiarity slowly makes them blind to value. When something first enters our lives, we notice every detail about it. A new friendship feels exciting, a new opportunity feels meaningful, and even small moments seem important. However, over time, repeated exposure causes people to stop paying attention. What once felt special becomes normal, and what becomes normal is often taken for granted. Human beings naturally adapt to what they experience every day. This is why people can live surrounded by love, support, or comfort and still fail to recognize how fortunate they are. A person may complain about family rules without realizing how much protection and care those rules represent. Someone may become annoyed by hearing from a friend too often, only to later miss those conversations when they stop. Familiarity creates comfort, but it can also create blindness because the mind begins to expect certain things instead of appreciating them. This pattern appears in almost every area of life. Students often complain about school and responsibilities, but years later, they miss the simplicity of those days. Employees become frustrated with jobs they once prayed to have. People living in good health rarely think about how valuable it is to wake up pain-free until sickness changes their perspective. Even relationships suffer because people assume the ones they love will always remain nearby. Instead of valuing the present, they postpone appreciation until absence forces them to notice what was there all along. Part of the problem is that familiarity removes urgency. When something feels permanent, people stop treating it as precious. They believe there will always be more time to say thank you, spend time together, or enjoy life's small moments. Unfortunately, life does not always give second chances. People move away, relationships end, opportunities disappear, and circumstances change unexpectedly. When that happens, the value of what was lost suddenly becomes clear. Familiarity also causes people to focus more on flaws than blessings. The more time we spend around something, the easier it becomes to notice imperfections instead of positives. In relationships, for example, people may focus on small arguments while forgetting the loyalty, support, and care the other person provides. The same happens with daily life. Instead of appreciating stability, many people focus only on what is missing or what could be better. This mindset prevents gratitude from growing. However, awareness can break this cycle. Learning to appreciate things while they still exist requires conscious effort. People must remind themselves that nothing in life is guaranteed forever. Taking time to reflect, express gratitude, and stay present helps prevent familiarity from turning into blindness. When individuals actively recognize the value of people, experiences, and opportunities, they are less likely to overlook them. In the end, familiarity makes us blind because repetition convinces us that what we have will always remain. As comfort increases, appreciation often decreases. Yet the truth is that many of the things people ignore today may become the very things they miss tomorrow. Recognizing value before loss occurs is one of the most important lessons a person can learn. We assume there will always be more time. One of the greatest reasons people fail to appreciate things while they still have them is the belief that there will always be more time. Human beings naturally assume tomorrow is guaranteed. Because of this, many people delay important conversations, postpone meaningful moments, and ignore opportunities to show gratitude. They convince themselves there will always be another chance to call a loved one, fix a broken relationship, chase a dream, or enjoy life more fully. Unfortunately, life does not always wait for people to be ready. This mindset appears in everyday life more often than people realize. Someone may avoid spending time with family because they are too busy with work or distractions, assuming there will be countless future gatherings. Friends may slowly drift apart because neither person makes the effort to reconnect. believing the relationship can always be repaired later. People hold back apologies, words of appreciation, or expressions of love because they think there will be another opportunity tomorrow. However, tomorrow is never promised. The danger of assuming there is always more time is that it creates emotional delay. Instead of appreciating the present moment, people push gratitude into the future. They tell themselves they will slow down someday, travel someday, or spend more time with the people they care about someday. Yet life continues moving forward while they wait. Days turn into months, and months turn into years. Before they realize it, opportunities have disappeared and moments they once overlooked can never be repeated again. Loss often arrives unexpectedly, which is why this assumption can be so painful. A loved one may pass away suddenly, a friendship may end without warning, or a major life change may separate people forever. When this happens, many individuals are left with regret because they believed there was still time. They replay memories in their minds and wish they had spoken differently, appreciated more deeply, or spent more time being present. The pain does not only come from the loss itself, but from the realization that they wasted chances they thought would always exist. Modern life also encourages this unhealthy belief. People are constantly distracted by schedules, technology, and future goals. Society teaches individuals to focus on what comes next instead of valuing what already exists. As a result, many people rush through meaningful experiences without fully living in them. They overlook simple conversations, ordinary routines, and quiet moments that later become priceless memories. However, understanding that time is limited can completely change a person's perspective. When people realize that every moment is temporary, they begin to value life differently. They become more intentional with their words, relationships, and actions. Gratitude becomes stronger because they no longer assume permanence. Instead of postponing appreciation, they express it while they still can. In the end, people often fail to appreciate things because they believe there will always be more time. This assumption creates carelessness and emotional distance from the present. Yet life is unpredictable, and moments can disappear without warning. Learning to value people and experiences now, rather than later, is essential because once time passes, it can never truly be recovered. Loss creates clarity. One of the strongest reasons people begin to appreciate things only after they are gone is because loss creates clarity. While something is present in our lives, we often overlook its importance. Daily routines, distractions, and familiarity make it easy to ignore the value of people, opportunities, and experiences. However, when those things disappear, the absence suddenly reveals what they truly meant to us. Loss removes distraction and forces people to see clearly what they once took for granted. Human beings often fail to recognize value when comfort is constant. For example, a person may not fully appreciate the support of their parents while living at home because that support feels normal and expected. A friend's loyalty may seem ordinary after years of companionship. Good health may go unnoticed because it allows life to feel easy and routine. Yet once those things are lost, their importance becomes impossible to ignore. The silence left behind after a loved one is gone, or the struggle caused by illness creates a new understanding that did not exist before. Loss changes perspective because it creates contrast. People rarely notice something deeply when it is consistently available, but they immediately feel its absence once it disappears. Someone may complain about spending time with family, only to later miss the noise and warmth of those gatherings when they move away. Students often dislike school responsibilities until adulthood makes them realize how simple and carefree those years actually were. Employees may resent stressful jobs until unemployment reminds them of the security they once had. In each case, loss exposes value that familiarity had hidden. This clarity can also bring emotional pain because people realize their appreciation arrived too late. Many individuals experience regret after losing someone they loved because they failed to express gratitude. While they had the chance, they begin remembering small moments they once ignored, conversations, laughter, routines, and acts of kindness that suddenly feel priceless. What seemed ordinary before now becomes deeply meaningful because it can never happen in the same way again. Loss not only reveals emotional value, but also teaches important life lessons. It reminds people that nothing is permanent and that every moment has limited time. This realization often changes how individuals treat others moving forward. After experiencing loss, many people become more appreciative, patient, and present in their daily lives. They learn to stop assuming that people or opportunities will always remain available. In this way, pain creates wisdom. At the same time, clarity through loss can feel unfair, because people wonder why they could not see the value earlier. The truth is that human beings naturally adapt to what they have. The mind tends to focus on what is missing rather than what is present. It often takes absence to break this pattern and force reflection. While this is a common human experience, it also shows why gratitude is so important. In the end, loss creates clarity because absence reveals the true importance of what once existed. People often overlook value while something is easily accessible, but once it disappears, its meaning becomes undeniable. Although loss can bring regret and sadness, it also teaches people to appreciate life more deeply. The challenge is learning to recognize value before loss becomes the thing that finally opens our eyes. Human nature focuses on what's missing. One of the main reasons people fail to appreciate what they have is because human nature naturally focuses on what is missing instead of what is already present. Rather than feeling satisfied with current blessings, many individuals constantly search for something better, bigger, or different. This mindset causes people to overlook the value of the people, opportunities, and experiences already in their lives. As a result, appreciation often disappears until those things are gone. From a young age, people are taught to chase improvement. Society encourages individuals to aim for more money, greater success, better relationships, and higher achievements. While ambition can be positive, it also creates a dangerous habit of dissatisfaction. Instead of appreciating what they currently possess, people become focused on what they do not yet have. Someone with a stable job may only think about earning more money. A person in a loving relationship may focus on small flaws rather than the support and care they receive. Even individuals surrounded by opportunities may feel unhappy because they are constantly comparing themselves to others. Comparison plays a major role in this mindset. People often measure their lives against the lives they see around them, especially through social media and modern culture. They see others traveling, succeeding, or appearing happier, and suddenly their own lives feel incomplete. This constant comparison shifts attention away from gratitude and toward envy or dissatisfaction. Instead of recognizing the value of their own experiences, people begin believing they are missing something greater. Human beings also tend to adapt quickly to positive situations. What once felt exciting eventually becomes normal. A new car, a dream home, or a successful career may bring happiness at first, but over time the excitement fades. Once something becomes familiar, the mind stops appreciating it with the same intensity. Instead, it searches for the next thing to desire. This endless cycle of wanting more prevents people from fully enjoying the present. Unfortunately, this focus on what is missing can damage relationships and personal happiness. People may ignore loyal friends while chasing popularity or overlook supportive family members while pursuing external success. They may spend years pursuing future goals without appreciating the moments happening right in front of them. In many cases, individuals only realize the importance of what they had after they lose it. The relationship ends, the opportunity disappears, or time passes, and suddenly they understand the value they once ignored. However, recognizing this aspect of human nature can help people change their perspective. Gratitude requires intentional effort, because the mind does not naturally focus on what is already present. People must consciously slow down and appreciate the simple parts of life: friendships, health, family, peace, and everyday experiences. When individuals train themselves to focus on what they have instead of what they lack, they become more content and emotionally aware. In the end, human nature often focuses on what is missing because people are constantly searching for improvement and comparison. This mindset can make even valuable parts of life feel ordinary or insufficient. Yet many of the things people overlook today may become the things they desperately miss tomorrow. Learning to appreciate what is already present is essential, because true happiness rarely comes from constantly chasing more. Regret is a powerful teacher. Regret is one of the strongest emotions a person can experience because it forces people to reflect on the choices they made and the opportunities they failed to appreciate. Many individuals do not fully understand the value of something until it is gone, and when that realization arrives too late, regret often follows. Although regret can be painful, it also serves as a powerful teacher by helping people recognize their mistakes, change their perspective, and learn how to value life more deeply in the future. One reason regret is so powerful is because it is connected to missed opportunities. People often look back and wish they had done things differently. They may regret not spending more time with loved ones, not expressing gratitude, or not appreciating certain moments while they still existed. At the time, those opportunities may have seemed small or ordinary, but after they disappear, their importance becomes clear. The pain of regret comes from knowing that a person cannot go back and relive those moments in the exact same way again. Regret also teaches people about the consequences of taking things for granted. Many individuals assume there will always be more time to fix relationships, pursue dreams, or say the words they never spoke. However, life changes quickly, and sometimes chances disappear without warning. When people experience loss, they often replay memories in their minds and realize they overlooked what truly mattered. This emotional reflection can be difficult, but it also creates self-awareness. Regret forces individuals to confront the reality that appreciation delayed too long can eventually become appreciation that arrives too late. In many cases, regret changes the way people live afterward. Someone who regrets neglecting family may begin prioritizing relationships more seriously. A person who regrets wasting opportunities may become more motivated to pursue goals without hesitation. Others may learn to express love and gratitude more openly because they understand how painful silence can become later. In this way, regret can inspire growth and maturity. The lessons learned through painful experiences often stay with people longer than lessons learned through comfort. At the same time, regret can become harmful if a person remains trapped in the past. Constantly dwelling on mistakes without learning from them can create guilt, sadness, and emotional suffering. While regret is meant to teach, it is not meant to control a person's entire life. The most important part of regret is using it as motivation for change rather than allowing it to become permanent emotional weight. Every person makes mistakes, overlooks moments, or fails to appreciate something at some point in life. What matters is whether they use those experiences to become more mindful moving forward. Regret also reminds people of the importance of gratitude in the present. Instead of waiting until something is gone to recognize its value, individuals can choose to appreciate people and experiences while they still have them. Expressing love, spending meaningful time with others, and remaining present in everyday life can reduce future regret. Appreciation practiced today prevents painful reflection tomorrow. In the end, regret is a powerful teacher because it reveals the importance of things people once ignored. Although it often arrives through pain and loss, it has the ability to change perspectives and encourage personal growth. Regret teaches individuals to stop taking life for granted and to value moments before they disappear. The lessons regret provides are difficult, but they can lead to a deeper understanding of gratitude, relationships, and the true meaning of appreciation. Appreciation requires awareness. Appreciation does not happen automatically. It requires awareness, attention, and the ability to recognize value before it disappears. Many people move through life distracted by routines, responsibilities, and future goals, causing them to overlook the importance of what they already have. Because of this, individuals often fail to appreciate people, opportunities, and moments until they are gone. True appreciation only develops when people become fully aware of the present and understand that nothing in life is guaranteed forever. One reason awareness is so important is because life moves quickly. People become busy with school, work, technology, and personal problems, leaving little time to reflect on what truly matters. days begin to feel repetitive, and meaningful experiences can easily be treated as ordinary. A family dinner, a conversation with a friend, or even a peaceful moment alone may seem unimportant at the time. However, these small moments often become the memories people miss the most later in life. Without awareness, individuals rush through experiences without realizing their value. Awareness also helps people recognize the temporary nature of life. Many individuals act as though the people and comforts around them will always remain. They assume there will always be another chance to spend time together, express gratitude, or enjoy the present. This false sense of permanence often leads to carelessness and neglect. However, when people become aware that life constantly changes, they begin to appreciate moments more deeply. Understanding that nothing lasts forever creates a stronger sense of gratitude and emotional presence. Another reason appreciation requires awareness is because the human mind naturally focuses on distractions and problems. People often concentrate on stress, imperfections, or what they still lack instead of recognizing what is already good in their lives. Someone may complain about responsibilities without appreciating the opportunities those responsibilities provide. Others may focus on minor disagreements while overlooking the loyalty and love within their relationships. Awareness helps shift attention away from negativity and toward gratitude. It allows individuals to notice blessings that might otherwise be ignored. Practicing awareness can transform a person's perspective on life. Simple habits such as reflecting on positive experiences, expressing thanks, or spending time fully present with loved ones can increase appreciation. Instead of rushing through life, aware individuals pause to notice details that others overlook. They recognize the importance of health, friendship, family, peace, and everyday experiences while they still exist. This mindset not only strengthens gratitude but also improves emotional well-being and relationships. Awareness also prevents future regret. Many people only realize the value of something after losing it because they never paid attention while they had it. By becoming more aware in the present, individuals reduce the chances of looking back with painful regret later. They learn to value moments while they are still happening rather than wishing they had appreciated them after they are gone. In the end, appreciation requires awareness because people cannot value what they fail to notice. Life's distractions and routines often make important things seem ordinary, but awareness brings those hidden values into focus. When individuals become present and mindful, they begin to understand how meaningful everyday moments truly are. Learning to appreciate life while it is happening is essential, because once time passes or opportunities disappear, they can never be experienced in exactly the same way again. In life, people often fail to appreciate what they have until it is gone because human nature makes it easy to overlook what feels familiar and permanent. Familiarity creates blindness. The assumption of having more time leads to delay, and the focus on what is missing prevents gratitude for what is already present. Often, it is only through loss and regret that people finally recognize the true value of relationships, opportunities, health, and everyday moments. However, these painful lessons also reveal the importance of awareness and appreciation in the present. Learning to appreciate life while it is happening is one of the most important habits a person can develop. Gratitude requires effort because the distractions of daily life can make meaningful things seem ordinary. Yet nothing in life is guaranteed forever. The people we love, the moments we experience, and the opportunities we have today may not always remain tomorrow. By becoming more aware, expressing gratitude openly, and valuing the present instead of constantly chasing the future, people can avoid the pain of realizing value too late. Ultimately, appreciation should not begin after loss occurs. It should exist while people and moments are still present. Life becomes far more meaningful when individuals recognize that even the simplest parts of life can become priceless memories. One day,